Welcome back, and what is up, everyone? Well, you can see I have a package, and I have my old Kyosho Rocky, which has spent quite some time on the shelf because parts are hard to find, and there's part of the steering that I've put together out of just garbled parts that I found that doesn't work very well, but has kept me rolling up until now. But I finally decided that it was no longer safe to drive it that way, so it's been on the shelf for about a year or so, maybe even a little longer. Well, my friend Peter over at Rc Swede sends me this package, and thankfully he did a great job of packing it because you can see it had a rough journey. I wanted to make sure I leave the address side down. Don't need to be sharing Peter's address with the world, but let's see if we can get this open. That duct tape does the trick. That kept it nice and packaged up. Okay. I'm pretty excited about this. I already know what it is, but so before we get any further, Peter found a couple of Kyosho Rockies and picked them up. And he just happens to have the parts I need. Here it is, guys. Oh, wow, Peter. You sent me the entire A-arm assemblies. That is insane. This is the piece I needed right here, this bell crank. And the reason I haven't been able to make it work properly without this piece is you can see how these are put together. They are a ball inset down into a socket that goes on the end here. So normally you wouldn't have that, and it's an odd design there. I'll pop one out so you can see it. And I've never seen another design like that. Well, let me zoom in, it'll be a lot easier. I've never seen another design like that. Must be just a Kyosho thing. But yeah, you pop those down in there and boom, you have your steering linkage arms. Well, while I was at it, I went ahead and scrounged up this old Kyosho Pulsar 2000 Pro FM radio and the receiver to go with it, and hopefully they're working because I'm going to put them back in there if they are. This is just insane. I don't even know what to say, Peter. This is so awesome of you. Thank you so much for sending this to me. I've been literally on eBay searching for just this piece, just one arm going out, because the one I have on here it's the right one on this side. You can see they don't even match up properly because I've had to put a screw and garble things together to make it even work. And the one I made pops out every time I hit a big bump. So this is going to get me back on the road. Man, that is just so cool. But okay, I'm going to start bolting this stuff back in, and then I will get back with you. Unfortunately, our old Pulsar would not come on. I fiddled with it for a while, and it just happens to be dead. And that's a original 1988 Hobbyco. That would have been cool if that worked, but yeah, old stuff. This is going to happen. I did have a spare Traxxas receiver laying around, and I threw in this Dynamite. I think it's like a 40 amp ESC, and it's got the forward brake reverse. And look at that. For the first time since I've owned the Rocky, it has proper steering. And let me get these out of the way. Reverse works great too. So all I have left to really do is button up these electronics and get them all wire tied or sticky back taped in place, and then we can take it out to the track for a run. This is just awesome. I can't believe that Peter would send me this piece, because not only are these pieces not just hard to come by, he sent this all the way from Sweden. And it was just off the fact that I left a comment that said, hey, I have a Rocky too, but I've got a busted piece on it, so I've never been able to really drive it properly. And he just says, give me your address and I'll send you the piece. And that is just mind-blowing. So thank you very much, Peter at Rc Swede. We're about to see this thing run on my track, and I am very thrilled about it. All right, guys, here it is. No warm-ups or anything. Track conditions are a little bit wetter than I would normally like, but about as best as it's going to get for the moment, and I really want to run this thing, so let's go. Body always sets kind of funky on these because the electronics pushes the body up a bit, but I tell you, first time driving this thing ever with it being proper, and still kind of a wet track where it doesn't slide as much. I think the Rockies do it pretty daggone good. This isn't exactly a new RC either. Got on it a little bit in that jump. Still dry enough it's able to slide around a little bit though. Well, there it is, guys. Absolutely awesome. The Rocky is back in working order and working great. It's doing the jumps, sliding the corners, and driving like a champ. That chain-driven four-wheel drive really does well. I don't even know what to say. Thank you, Peter. This has been amazing. I've been wanting to drive this thing for a long time, and I'm going to leave a link to Peter's channel in the description. Great guy. Smaller channel, just getting going. Guys, go support him. Obviously a kind guy. He shipped this part all the way from Sweden just because he heard me make a comment that I needed one. That's just an amazing thing to do. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. Thank you, Peter, and I will catch you on the next video, guys. I'm gonna go drive this thing more.